Hey, good morning, seminar students. I'm Mr. Schwing. I teach drama here at Santa Ana High School. You may know me, and you may not, but that's okay. So today's lesson is I'm calling it Adulting Like a Boss. I want to give you information that is useful for you when you enter into the world of adulthood. You're going to have to start paying bills and having responsibilities and all those kinds of things and figuring out exactly what it is you want to do for a career. And I know that if I'm talking to 3,000 plus students at our school, you're probably all over the place. There's probably some of you who absolutely know what you want to do, and some of you have even been accepted to colleges, and congratulations. There's some of you who kind of know that you want to do something in the music industry, but you're not sure what yet because you have a passion for music or you have a passion for science. And that's fine. And then there's some of you that are like, I just have no clue what I want to do. I just want to be happy and I want to figure it out. So this presentation hopefully will at least steer you in one of those directions. And there are different choices for different people because all of you are in different places. So let's look at it first. I want to kind of prepare you for what the adult world looks like. So this slideshow is based in part in where we live in Santa Ana, Orange County, California. So breaking down three possible choices right now, just based on income. If you decide to be a minimum wage worker, that is, you're going to go get a job at Target, you're going to go get a job at Chipotle or McDonald's or wherever. Then if you work 40 hours a week, and let's say it's $15 an hour, which it isn't everywhere, but let's say it is, roughly after taxes, you would make around $2,121 per month, which I know for some of you sounds like a huge amount of money, because if I was 14 sitting in a classroom, I'd be like, $2,000, give it to me. But you'll see that that's not really a lot to pay your bills and survive on. Then there's jobs where if you go to SAC, if you go to Santa Ana College for 2 years, there are career that you need a certificate for. Ultrasound technician is one of them. There's also people who do heating and cooling repair. There's people who are welders. There's people who do that type of work. And you need a 2-year certification to qualify for those types of jobs. And on average, they start with an ultrasound technician specifically. The starting pay is $3,300. Now, what's cool about this, though, is that's starting pay, which means it goes up. That's, you can climb up and make more money as you do that and as your career progresses and as your experience progresses. But also, this would also be a job that would include health insurance and things like that, which are important. I know they're not considerations if you're 15 listening to this, but in the future, that would matter to you. Or you go to a 4-year university, you get the bachelor degree, and you start a career. Now, I chose teacher because I wanted this to be there. You can do a lot of careers from college, obviously. I didn't want to go to the high end of something that's extravagant and you've really, you're living that lifestyle. I wanted to pick something that was as in the middle, so I picked a teacher. And starting salary, again, the average is around $4,000. So you've already doubled from where you're at with the minimum wage worker. But also that's going to go up with years of experience and expertise. So you're going to start there, but you're going to move up. So right now, just looking at these, you can see obviously college generally pays to go. But for those of you, and I've had a lot of conversations with students where they say they can't go to college because they have to help their family. And their family's struggling and they need their income. That is noble and that is respectable and totally understood. But I look at these three columns here and I realize that if you are helping your family out by doing the minimum wage work, you're only ever going to be able to help them that much. Whereas if you are able to, as you're young, juggle doing the minimum wage work for the time being, while taking classes, you can turn that in 2 years into an additional more than $1,000 and even more so in time as you build experience. Or if you're able to go to 4-year university, you can help them out even more. So the idea is that going to school is an investment. It's an investment in time. and commitment, but your ability to help your family, if that is your circumstance, is much bigger if you put in the study. So just something to think about in terms of surviving here. And then also monthly expenses. This is based on Orange County. So these are not always going to be, and I know there's going to be teachers that question some of this. I tried to put in averages and I tried to keep it really simple. But right now, looked it up on the internet. And so the average rent in Orange County is $2,432. The average mortgage is less than that. That's a whole other discussion for another day. But understand that most of those people paying that mortgage probably bought their houses when prices were lower, and they're still paying them. So here's your bills, just the necessities. You plan on probably having internet and a phone and paying for car and gas, insurance and stuff, and food. Of course, you do need to eat, totaling here, and then other expenses, stuff that you don't need to do every single month, but this is your, entertainment and clothes and stuff. So I averaged it out to about $3,325 to survive here. So if you go back to this slide, the minimum wage worker isn't even making it. The ultrasound technician is barely making it, but that's okay because again, their pay is going to go up over time. So just something to think about if you plan on staying here and working here and living here. Something to think about as you're adulting in the future. So again, this is a chart that you've probably seen many times in your classes, and teachers show this, counselors show this, but in generally speaking, the higher up you move in education, the more money you are likely to make. So that doesn't mean that when you graduate college, you're guaranteed a job, but it tends to be a higher paying job than if you don't go to college. So, and again, that other option, getting a certificate job where you can get into the workplace in a shorter time, may pay less, but maybe that's the right career for some of you. So one thing to think about with work is when you learn an expertise, again, when you go to school, what you're learning is to become an expert in something. You won't be an expert your first year, of course, nobody is, but you're building a skill. So let's say you become a graphic designer, or you become someone who knows how to manage data for a business. You get a set of skills that makes you a important investment for a business that wants to pay you for those skills, for your talent. So there is a paradigm. A lot of people that come from struggle and from struggling families tend to always think of money in terms of hours and time. I have to sell my time. I'm going to work an extra shift. I'm going to work weekends. I'm going to work overtime. And you're constantly selling off little portions of your life and your time to get that money. When you get educated and you get a skill, you're not trading in your time, you're trading in your talent. And so let's say these two are friends and they want to take a dream vacation. The graphic designer is thinking in terms of, I need to bring in 3 clients and I'm going to do those 3 projects, and then I'm going to get paid enough to go to Hawaii and have my vacation. Whereas the minimum wage friend of hers is like, well, I'm going to work extra weekends, I'm going to work extra nights, I'm going to pick up other shifts, and then I'm going to be able to pay for it. They can both take the vacation, but one of them is working much, 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 much harder and much longer hours. When again, if you think of the value of your work in terms of quality instead of quantity, you get to trade in on your talent and not your time. And think of that worker when they're 40, when they're 50, when they're 60. That back-breaking work can start to wear and tear on your body and do physical harm, and it becomes harder to do. So again, the value of education, you want to be able to trade your time, trade your talent, not your time. Now, at this point in your life, you're trading your time because you're in high school, you're young, you're starting out, as did all of us. But with education comes experience, comes know-how, comes expertise, and then you get to use that and sell that to people and make that money. So I want to introduce you to the California Career Zone. I love this website. I think this is great for, like I said, the 3 populations we have, which are those of you who know exactly precisely what you want to do, those of you who kind of have a general idea that you like something in science, you like something in healthcare, but you're not sure what. And then for those of you who are like, I don't think about careers. I don't really know what I want to do. So when you come to the California Career Zone, which is this website right here, you will find this page. Now, I'm going to introduce you to two of the pages, but I'm going to have you do something in just a moment, and I'm going to ask your teachers to help you do that on your Chromebooks, or if you don't have your Chromebook, you can do this on your phone. So if you go to explore industry sectors, I'm going to ignore your career hub for right now. Explore industry sectors. What that means is, again, you're looking at, I want to work in healthcare. I want to see what jobs are out there, because all of us have heard of doctors and nurses. But do all of us know what an anesthesiologist is? Do all of us know that there's a person that works in billing for the hotel or for the hospital? Do we all know that there's somebody who's working? There's so many jobs in the healthcare industry that you may have never heard of that actually might be well suited to you. So this is an opportunity to explore that and find out what jobs are out there. Discover Possibilities is really another area that I want to show you. So I'm going to just show you the page. If you go to Explore Industry Sectors, again, this will give you, industry sectors will give you healthcare, science, music, the arts, whatever. It will give you that general idea. Exploring Occupations is where it gets more specific, and you get a whole list of jobs and you get to see what they look like. So then if you go to Discover Possibilities, the other thing, here's where this is great for those of you who have no idea what you want to do. The interest profiler, when you select that, it's going to give you a series of questions where you can figure out what your interests are and what things move you, what things excite you. And that can help you determine what career you want to do, because you ought to do a career that excites you, that you're interested in. You're going to spend a lot of time. Look, in my job, I'm here, I have students at 8:30 in the morning, and if I'm in rehearsals, hold on. Sensors. If I'm in rehearsal, then I'm here till 6 o'clock at night. So that's 9 hours with my students. When I go home, I go to bed at 10 at night. Probably my kids go to bed at 9:30. So I'm with them for 3.5 to 4 hours a day. I'm with you for 9 hours a day. So I tell you this to kind of consider the fact that, thank God, I love what I do. I love teaching. I love being a teacher. I'm not staring at the clock all day waiting for the hours to go down. I enjoy it. I find it exciting, and I enjoy who I work with and what I do. So you want to find something that excites you. You want to find something that you're going to be happy doing, because you're going to spend most of your time in the job. Most of you are going to spend most of your time working. That's just a reality. So on an average day. So interest profiler helps you figure out what those jobs might be, because there's all kinds of careers that you've never heard of. And then make money choices. This is for those of you who know what you want to do. This gives you the opportunity to really look at and see how that's going to pan out as a career when you are getting paid. And so I'm actually going to show you the College Career Zone. This is the website. So again, I want to go to Discover Possibility, or actually I'll go to this one first because I want to explore occupations first. So I go here, and I'm just to save time, I'm going to go to accountants because it's the first one here. So the accountant page looks like this. If I'm thinking about an accountant, here's the average salary. So, okay, $88,000 a year. That sounds pretty good. There's openings, 16,000 more plus openings every year. That means I'm going to be able to get a job. If I study this, there's a good shot that I'm going to be one of those 16,000 people that I can get a job fairly easily. If there was only 3 openings a year or something like that, it would be hard to get a job. You're going to compete with a lot of people. 16,000 plus, that sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good job market. This tells you a little bit about what they do and what you need to know and what you need to study. And you can kind of explore this on your own. But I'm going to take that 88,000 number right now and do something else with it. I'm going to come here, and now I'm going to go to make money choice. Again, if you don't know what you want to do, you're going to go to the interest profiler because you're going to figure that out. Make money choices, though. This is really cool. So I'm going to go, instead of choosing my lifestyle, I'm going to go pick my salary. I'm going to start from that salary. So the salary that I entered already is $88,000. right? And I know it was slightly higher, but I'm just going to go with that as an average. So now as an accountant, I'm making 88,000, right? That's what they said. And I want to live in Orange County because this is where all my friends and family are. So, all right, so I get to go through this, and I can live with my family, I can rent, I can buy, or I can own a place that's already paid for. That would be really cool. If grandma and grandpa wanted to give me their house, that would be cool, but that's not my circumstances. So I'm going to buy my own place. Okay, so there's the cost. Okay. So anyway, you walk through this and it tells you the things that you're going to pay for and how much it'll cost. We can argue about whether the costs are right or not, or accurate or whatever, but what I want to do is I like to eat out. So I'm going to put this. Wow, look at that. Good thing I'm making that accountant money. I'm going to go out all the time. Ooh, ooh. So I'm buy new clothes all the time. So you make these choices, and I'm going to own a used luxury car, so I'll save a little money there. I definitely am going to be part of some plan. Well, I'm going to have some student loan debt. I want to save a whole bunch because I want to retire early. So that's the breakdown. And I did that kind of fast. You can take your time on it. But this means I'm going to be basically making $7,333 a month being an accountant. But I'm also spending, because I gave myself a whole bling bling life. I have a luxury car and I'm buying clothes all the time. Those are the selections I put. So it turns out that even though that sounds like a huge amount of money, I'm sure to many of you, I'm actually overspending. And I'm in debt, and I'm getting in debt here. So that doesn't, I have to go back and make some better choices. I need to eat at home a little bit more, because I put that I'm going to eat out all the time. I said that I'm going to shop all the time. I need to change those. My food and entertainment and clothes are probably way too high. So when I bring those down, you'll see that I'll have a better shot at actually making my goals. But anyway, that's what it is. Again, the three groups of people. If you don't know what you want to do, go to the interest profiler and figure it out. If you know what you want to do, but you want to learn more about it, explore occupations. Or you can come up to the search and simply enter something in. Or if you know kind of what industry you want to be in, you can search it there. The other thing, last thing, is once you know that, go to money choices. See, like get kind of a sneak peek, a preview of what it's going to look like. So what I'd like you to do now, and with the rest of seminar time, is to go to this website. And like I said, you have basically three choices. You have basically three choices. You are either going to open the interest profiler so students, so you can explore and figure out what you want to do. Or you're going to go to explore occupations and learn a little bit about the career that you're choosing, or go to these sectors and see if there's careers that you never thought of. And then lastly, making money choices. Go and see how much you're going to make and what the bills are going to line up, and if you're going to be able to afford to have the lifestyle you want. And at least get kind of a sneak peek of what adulting is going to look like. I hope that this was useful for you. I hope that this is helpful. Go on this website now and use the rest of your time to explore. And if you need help, I hope that your teachers can help you out. Thank you for your time.